Welcome to my talk on validating the Enjoyment Questionnaire and the Sources of Enjoyment Questionnaire. I'm Owen Schaffer. If we want to design for enjoyment, we need to identify and measure the sources of enjoyment. In a card sorting study, we identified 34 sources of enjoyment. The present research builds on that to develop new psychometric measures of enjoyment and its sources. We started with 6 to 22 items per construct, and these were items that participants could respond to with 7-point Likert scales of agreement. We recruited a diverse group of 564 participants who had played a digital game in the last 6 months. We presented them with a definition of a digital game, and we asked them to name the last digital game that they played. They then responded to the questionnaires about their experience playing that game. Factor analysis was conducted with that data. Items that did not load onto a single factor or were split across multiple factors were dropped one at a time until a simple factor structure was found. The retained items had a simple factor structure, which means that they loaded better onto their intended factor than on other factors. Cronbach's alpha levels were above 0.8 for each factor. In supplement E, you can see the alpha levels and the full pattern matrix for the long version of the measures. So in the middle here you can see the factor loadings, how well each of the items shown on the left load onto each of the factors shown at the top. On the first row, you can see the Cronbach's alpha levels for each factor. You can also see the item wordings for each item on the left. To create a shorter version of these measures for practitioners, items were dropped until there were 4 items maximum per construct. This reduced the total number of items quite a bit, and we still had a simple factor structure, and Cronbach's alpha levels were above 0.7. Here in supplement F, you can see the alpha levels and pattern matrix for the short versions of the measures. This information was also summarized in Table 1 in the paper as well. Here you can see the factors after factor analysis and item reduction. We've got enjoyment under the Enjoyment Questionnaire and 38 sources of enjoyment under the Sources of Enjoyment Questionnaire. Thank you very much.